Brothers and sisters, welcome back to my channel. Today we got another high ranked game, and it's gonna be Jim Mori against a super big guy, and it's 60 against 40. The guy right now is the first one in ranked, and I kinda wanted to commentate over his games because that would represent basically the value of the ranked on DuelingBook. So let's see what's going on. So Jim Mori starts and you open double Albion, Allure, Patchwork, and Pot of Desires. Okay, that's brave. Against a super pig guy who opens with Brand and Lost, Tragedy, Shrouded Dragon, Aluber, and Cartesia. Okay, so both have actually a very good end. Let's see what's going on. So Jim Mori fires the Patchwork in order to have the Polymerization and Edging Chain. And then he sends the Falling of Albas in order to draw one card. I kinda agree with that. I think this was good.
Proved.
Let's go Branded Fusion. I guess this is gonna be an old line that was played before with the Patchwork engine. It's gonna be an send a light, send Albas, going to Albion, banish both the Albas, going to Lubellion. Lubellion, pitch Talent if it doesn't get interrupted. Or you can pitch actually the second Branded Fusion. And then you go into Mirror Jade, so you have Albion, Mirror Jade, probably the Lubellion in the graveyard, the Bestial. Sends Albas, Tragedy. Okay, I see. That's brave. Interesting. So that's actually an exotic line. Lubellion c'è link 1, Tragedy c'è link 2, I guess. Add Aluber. I just stand on a red and Mirror Jade. Go Edging, Patchwork. I mean, there was also something there, something else he could have done. So many things he could have done differently here. Add Branded in red. Activate the Desires. Draw 2. Set and pass. Patchwork and red. I mean, I guess this Patchwork is dead anyways. Super Pig guy fires an Albion the Shrouded Dragon. Sends the Albats to the graveyard. I think this is also correct because he has a Cartesia. I like that. Bottom drawing to Ad Libitum. Very nice. And now obviously he fires the Branded Lost, which gets responded by Branded Red. He has to do it because if Pig Guy activates Branded Fusion with Branded Lost on the board in the mirror, the game is over on the spot. So you have to go. You kinda have to go into Chimera. You actually have to. There is no way you don't do that. You have to. Goes into Chimera. C'è link 1 Chimera, c'è link 2 Tragedy. Adds Ad Libitum. Makes sense. He has a poly. Draw Sarcophagus and draw Deployment. Draw Sarcophagus and draw Deployment. Normal summon Aluber. Aluber effect. That is nice. Adds Branded Red. Makes sense. I like that as well. Fires the Cartesia. Uses Cartesia effect. I don't know why you would stop Cartesia with Mirror Jade. This makes no sense because if he has an Albaz in hand, you get hard punished for no reason. So you are actually wasting a Mirror Jade, which is basically your last interaction, right? And also you added the Branded Red. So it's gonna have a Branded Fusion that's gonna resolve. I mean, this makes no sense. Send Brigand. Banish the Cartesia. This, like the first turn, the interruption out there were used except for Chimera, that was good, but this is wrong on so many levels. Special summon Quertis. Don't use Tragedy. just set back the Branded Lost. Don't use Tragedy, so you can go into an Albion line with Branded Fusion. It's gonna be free. Don't use Tragedy. You already normal summon it. Don't use Tragedy. Use Tragedy! This was so stupid. Why would you not use Tragedy to add? Anyways. Use Tragedy. Add Aluber that does nothing now, basically. Does actually nothing. Does actually nothing. And now he goes for Branded Fusion. As Aluber that basically does nothing, and then he goes for Branded Fusion. Now he has nothing. All he has to do is just go for an Albion line. Albion line. Why Saroni? Why Saroni? Gains body on the board. Just kill him, brother. Just kill him. Anyways, goes Lubellia. He doesn't even chain red. Which is, I mean, it's fine. But now I wonder how he wants to close this game. Like, he needs to go into a second Mirror Jet anyways. Like, it's game over. Just go Mirror Jet, but doesn't play. Like, he doesn't, like, he's hinting into a possible interaction. Like, this set, it's a bluff, okay? So we know he's gonna win. But he's hinting into a possible interruption. He's actually hinting for no reason. Like, he's putting everything on a one-shot combo without playing around anything. Like, now he will have to use the red. Yeah, now go Mirror Jade. Vanishing the Chimera. Leave the main phase. Okay, now you go Branded Red, right? Because so you can summon back Mirror Jade and Mirror Jade again and attack for game, right? Like, that is, yeah. Yeah, but now, like, if this was an actual interruption, Jimori would survive. Literally, for no reason, he played into this. An Albion line would definitely play around everything. Goes into a Chimera. He used a monster on the board.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Chimera cannot attack directly. Chimera cannot attack directly. Chimera cannot attack directly. And he used a monster on the board. I have actually no words. I am speechless. I am speechless. Jim Mori survived. Ed little, but I'm a griefer.
What does it mean?
Jim Mori survived. How? The pig guy had literally a 5-card combo. And all he had to do was playing through a Mirror Jade. This was crazy. Yeah, you better scoop, bro. Like, that's the shame scoop right there.
Shame on you, and shame on you.
That's the shame scoop. Okay, so I'm not expecting a lot from you, bro. I'm actually not expecting a lot. This is a very standard line. You should puppet lock your opponent very easily. Jimori opened Double Tragedy, Magnamut, Bell, and Patchwork. So he goes Foolish, send Tragedy, this is correct, add Aluber. Go into this, yes, summon the Cartesia, normal summon Aluber effect to play around impermanence, adds Branded Fusion. That's fine. Activate Branded Lost, that's fine. Let me see. This is also good, I like this. Chain-Link 1, Chain-Link 2, and you can also Chain-Link 3 Cartesia. Actually, you don't Chain-Link 3 Cartesia, makes no sense. You can wait because you're gonna use the Aluber on the board. So don't Chain-Link 3 Cartesia. So it would be Chilling 1, Chilling 2. And then on the Summon of Lubellion and the effect by pitching deployment, you can chain Cartesia. No. You wanna... It's the same outcome, right? Should be the same outcome. It is the same outcome. So it doesn't matter. Send that, send that. What? What? Here you go Mirror Jade. Here you go Lubellion. Send the Albion. Mirror Jade banishing your own Bestial Lubellion. Send Brigand. Brigand in end phase is gonna add Mercurier. In order to play around Bell as well. It's not only Bell, it's around also a Bestial on top deck. Lubellion. Leave main phase. Target the Albion. Magramut effect. Now he has for Cartesia. Now he has Baldrake. And now you lose. I am speechless. Forgot to add Mercurier. Yes, you did forget to add Mercurier. You didn't even use Brandelost, did you? He didn't even use Brandelost. So he actually did not use Brandelost. He should have added Mercurier as well. It's not only Mercurier. Because here is the thing. You play multiple Mercurier in this list. So what you do the Brandelost obviously adds a Mercurier. Okay? Then you have a Mirror Jade live. During the end phase, it's gonna Bestial. You kinda have to let that go. So you can stop the Bestial in your own turn. But again, he has also Bell. But this was actually crazy. I'm gonna go over the branded deck list that was used in the previous 2 games from the first one in Ranked in the ladder of DuelingBook. So let's run over it. 3 Aluber, 3 Tragedy, 1 Ad Libitum and 3 Albion the Shadow Dragon. So in a 60 card list, you kinda wanna play as much upstart as possible, and this one is the best one, and it's also engine-wise decent. So yeah, makes sense in my opinion to maximize on it. I don't know if I would play just 3 Tragedy and 1 Mercurier. I think playing multiple Mercurier is kinda mandatory. Then we got Ash Blossom as the only actual Entrap going second. Double Cartesia. Double Cartesia in a 60 makes sense. Triple Edge Imp. Triple Fallen of Albads. 1 Shaden. I don't even think it's bad. I actually think might be decent. Might actually be decent to play just 1 tier element monster. That you can send with Branded Fusion for some lines, like something nice, basically. I kinda fuck with this. It's nice. It's something that you would not see in a deck that goes around 40, because it's a brick. But I can see why you would run this in a 60 card pile, especially if you play the Edge Imp chain. Because you can pitch the Edge Imp, you can pitch the Tragedy, and it's also always kinda plus. Mercurier, I would play multiple Mercurier for sure, 100%. This card is broken. 1 Kit, 3 Allure, 3 Branded Fusion, 2 Branded in red, and if I scroll over the rest of the deck list real quick, I don't see any Branded Lost because he does not play Bestial Lubellion or 1 Bestial Saronir in the main deck. I wonder why he thinks that it's a bad combination, I guess, but I mean, in my opinion, it's very nice. Gets a Branded Lost on the board for free using a Branded Fusion. I don't know why you would not do that. And also, why do you need multiple Branded Red when you have even more Tragedies in your deck for recovery? 3 Opening. Despia Theater, I don't think it's a bad card against the back row matchups. I think this card is nice against the deck that are basically slow or mid-range, because the grind of this card is actually insane. 1 Foolish, 2 Patchwork, 3 Deployment, 1 Sarcophagus. Like, you are playing Sarcophagus as well, you should probably play multiple Mercurial, in my opinion. Double Polymerization, double Pot of Desire. In a 60 card pile, he needs to draw more than a normal list. 3 Super Polymerization, 3 Triple Tactical Talent, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Evenly Match, and 1 Banishment. We see a board breaker approach here. I am not kinda sure about this approach, to be honest. I think that 10 traps are very important, to be honest with you. Especially in this meta. But I can see why he's playing Book of Eclipse and Evenly Match. He also has to play almost 18 counterplays. And he's playing all his deck in order to have a good mat to draw 2. He needs to play 18, but I guess he doesn't want to draw 2. So he plays 15. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12, 15. But he also plays other cards like Pot of Desire, so 15, 17. 17, 20, when he can draw into those. I mean, the mat of the deck is not even that off, to be honest. I think it's a good mat. I would have definitely played the second Mercurial, though. If you're taking a board breaker approach, this list is not even bad. And I would definitely play the Bestial Lubellion in the main deck and 1 Saronir. Like, the lines that combination gives to you, it's actually very super good and puts a Branded Lost on the board. Like, the value is so high that I don't see why you would not do that. Let's move on the extra deck. We see double Mirror Jade, 1 Lubellion. 1 Lubellion is not even that bad. It kinda hints into Cash Tira, though. Double Albion, 1 Gran Guignol. 1 Rindbroom also kinda hints into Cash Tira, but he's playing the second Guardian Chimera over it, so I can understand. I don't even think in this deck list is bad. I think it's actually okay. You're playing Brigand, just play second Mercurial, brother. Second Guardian Chimera, Masquerade, Starving Venom, Garura, Predaplan, Dragostapele, Proscanyon. He does not play the Quertis. I mean, the Quertis is nice in some matchups. I can see why you wanna play Proscanyon. I genuinely prefer Quertis. Then we go to the side deck. 3 Magnamuth, 2 Druid, 1 Saronir, and 2 Boldrake. 1 RP Feather Duster, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, and 3 Bell. The number of Bestials. I don't like multiple Boldrake. I'm actually not a huge fan of multiple Boldrake. I would probably cut this to 1. I would play 1 Lubellion at least in the side deck if you're not playing it. But you actually need Lubellion and Branded Lost in the main deck. I think the cards are so insane. The deck overall is not even that bad. It's just a board breaker approach with just 3 Ash in the main deck. I wouldn't even rely to draw Ash, to be honest. Like, in a deck like this, if you're playing 60, you don't even need Ash. I guess it's just for the mirror, but then you are relying on drawing Ash in a 60 card pile against the mirror. Is that correct to you? I don't know. I mean, overall, the deck is not even that bad. I would give it a 6.5 out of 10, to be honest, because I don't really like the pile approach for this deck. This was an approach that was taken before, but it was on a 52 card deck list. I think like you just throwing cards in just to make it 60. You can play less than this, to be honest. You don't need so much. Too many cards. The board breaker approach is kinda off in the math. I think you should play. I don't think you should play Ash. I don't think you should play Ash. In this deck list doesn't make a lot of sense. I think you should just put Book of Moon. To be honest, I think Book of Moon is also better than Eclipse. most of the times, because if they stop your play or you're not able to play when you go first, Book of Moon plays better into a stall position. Yeah, I would say that this deck is decent. Try it and let me know in the comment section what you think about this deck list. See you next time.